everyone, and welcome to Professor Jeff 4. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I've given up. Call payment's here. Call payment, have you given up?
Yeah, I've given up.
Call payment has given up. Before you ask, no, I haven't shaved in 2 months. Yes, I am growing it out for next year, and no, it is not working. Today we're going to talk about the 2010s. Yay! 2010s! It's the most recent era you could do. Just got over, you know. Right now it's 2020. It's going great so far, really. I will be honest with you, I have not seen a human face in the last 2 months. I'm just here, dude. I'm like a monk on a mountain. Here's my plan for this video, okay? I'm just gonna have Call Pam and scream at me whenever I have to say anything, and then I'm gonna say it. So that's how it's gonna work, alright? Look, it's quarantine, okay? Budget cuts, I'm sorry. I was gonna have a bunch of fancy stuff, but this is what you get, okay? This is Professor Jeff 4. I'll make the rules, dude. It's Corona. Alright, Call, what's our first subject?
Fashion!
Oh, fashion. So interesting. I care so much about fashion. Athleisure, that's a thing, apparently. You know when people walk around and they're wearing, like, just shirts that say, like, Nike on them? I thought Nike was, like, a brand of shoes, but I guess not. I guess it's just a brand of everything at this point. They're wearing, like, Nike everything. They're out there in sweatpants, yoga pants. That's a woman thing. All, like, athletic wear, except instead of wearing it for like actual athletic things, you just wear it for whatever. So that's cool. Let's see, some people, mostly dudes, are getting like super into sneakers for some reason. Like they have lots of sneakers. I don't get it, honestly. I have one pair of shoes. It's these. You can see, incredibly dirty. And these are working fine, so I don't know what people are on about. There are more expensive clothing options, so maybe a higher social class would wear something like Gucci or Supreme. Yeah, because those are things, you know, so if you want to look like you have money, just wear a red headband that has the word Supreme on it. Maybe buy a Supreme brick. I'd buy a Supreme brick, I don't care. Let's talk about popular accessories now for no reason whatsoever. Let's see, chokers. Those made a comeback. You had to be wearing a choker. I mean, I don't know what you're doing if you're not wearing a choker. I wish I had a choker. I wish I was being choked right now, if I'm being totally honest with you. Also, everyone got super into like weird rubber band bracelets for like 2 years. I don't know what that was about. I hope we can just forget that ever happened. Super early in the decade, apparently like those weird glasses, like they have like the plastic in the middle. There's probably a picture right there. Yeah, those were super popular. I don't know why. They're not practical. They serve no purpose. I don't get it, but I don't care either. What else, Call?
What were the popular hairstyles?
Oh yeah, this is still fashion. I've heard man buns were a thing, but to be honest, I've got no clue. I have no idea what hairstyles are. I don't know what hair does, dude. If you look at the back of this thing, this is a whole mess. So I don't know hair. So here's a bunch of pictures of popular hairstyles. Wow, oh, look at that. Oh, so many popular hairstyles. Oh, that one has less hair on the side of her head. Wow, that incredible, impeccable taste, really. What are we doing next, Call?
Music!
Alright, we all know this was the best song released in the 2010s.
John Brown had a strong jaw, long frown, no job and now to get the bondage out.
Call Payment, that was some great work there. Just honestly mind-blowing. Just the rhyme scheme, oh, godlike. But there were some other bangers, you know. Let's look at this. This is a very, very creative song right here.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh, the creativity. And if you want to know what else was popular, well, here's a bunch of other songs. I'm not going to list them all, because it's a lot of songs.
Call recreation/leisure.
Oh, recreation/leisure. Suppose from there you can kind of go to, you know, what venue was used for entertainment. Just off the top of the dome. Well, see, the venue pretty much everyone uses is like their phone, because phones are a thing, because it's the 2010s. There are phones You know, we got smartphones now, so you just use your smartphone for everything. Lots of stuff can be done from home, as we are learning right now because the world is dead. A lot of the time you're going to use the TV. I guess movie theaters still exist, and so do like sports stadiums, sport places, wherever they do sports. So those are still things. People still go there. Not right now so much. Popular activities. Video games, I'll say. This isn't exclusive to the 2010s, but video games have risen in popularity just because, you know, Xboxes and PlayStations and blah, blah, blah. Fortnite, that's a thing. Also mobile games. Everyone just kind of played this for a year, like every single person.
Were there any popular movie stars / sports figures?
You see, there's a lot of popular people. I don't think I can say every single one. But here's a list of people who got popular in the 2010s, according to sources.
Food!
Alright, for food, it's much easier to have things delivered now. So you can just go on an app. Alright, you just have an app for everything. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. Those are all like food delivery services now where you can just get food delivered from literally anywhere. Also, this decade brought us things like food services. They're not, okay, they deliver food, but it's not really food delivery. It's like a meal prep thing, like Blue Apron. They just like bring you food and then you eat it. But it's not delivery. It's because you have to cook it yourself. So it's like delivery, but just bad. Plant-based meats are also a thing in this decade. Oh, Impossible Burger. Look at that, dude. Also, people liked making, you know, food that doesn't really taste good, but it looks good. So like there was this weird like coffee thing from Starbucks. It tastes like garbage, but you know, you take a picture of it, put it on Instagram, dude. Because we have Instagram now, it's 2010s.
Values and culture!
Oh, wow. So what you're saying is, what was important to the American people during this time period? It's a great question. I'll tell you what's important to me. Netflix, Hulu, these are things that are very important. But you know, in this decade, people started caring less about religion. Also, more people wanted to legalize weed. I guess people cared about weed. But generally, just people want more rights for more people in this decade.
Women!
Alright, how'd they view women? Getting better. Still a little iffy. There's still some weird things, like pay gaps. You know, it's all very spicy. So what I'm saying is right now, women, they're getting close. They're getting there. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's getting there, okay? Race issues. There was this whole Colin Kaepernick thing. This is him kneeling during the national anthem. Yeah, that was to protest the treatment of minorities. So there's that. So obviously, equality has not been reached. But we're getting close. There's still definitely some problems, but generally things are getting better. The Me Too movement, that was a big thing. Basically, dudes got ousted for being trash. Black Lives Matter movement started here. There was people protesting the treatment of black people, especially from the police. Because that's still a thing. What's next, Call?
Hey, Professor Jeff, were there any popular sayings and or slang?
Yay! Oh, I gotta take a selfie. I got so much swag. Yay! Oh my god, I'm so shook right now, dude. Oh, that's lit. What are those?
Politics!
What do you want to know about politics, Carl Hammond?
Who were the presidents during this decade?
So, yeah, we had this dude, that's Barack Obama, and then we have this guy. That would be Donald John Trump. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Any political scandals?
The problem with Trump is that I'm not sure what is a scandal and what is just Trump being Trump. So like Stormy Daniels, is that a scandal? Apparently he had like an affair with a porn star or something. Is that a scandal? I don't know. Apparently he got peed on. This Kavanaugh dude, he got nominated to the Supreme Court, and then a bunch of allegations came out about him doing a bunch of sexual assault, and then he got put on the Supreme Court anyway. So, whatever. Trump did get impeached. He didn't get removed from office. He got acquitted. It was because of this thing where Trump had a phone call with like some Ukrainian dude, and he was basically like, Yeah, I'll give you some aid, but only if you investigate Joe Biden, who is my political rival. And then, you just didn't get impeached somehow.
War!
Yeah, so there were some wars. All of America's wars during this time were against terrorism. So the war on terror is a thing. So we had wars going on in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, in Syria, in Libya, apparently. We were very involved in the war on terror. Yeah, so we were in the Middle East a bunch.
Were there any major pieces of legislation, Professor Jeff?
Well, this isn't legislation. It's a judicial thing. But gay marriage, that's a thing now. And also Obamacare. And there's probably like a bunch more. So here's a couple boring acts that were super important.
Economy!
In 2008, there was a big like recession, and a lot of this decade was spent recovering from that. And so we were recovering for a very, very long time. But towards the end of the decade, the economy was actually pretty solid. At the beginning of the decade, we had an unemployment rate of 9.6%. That's pretty high. That's a pretty high unemployment rate. But at the end of the decade, we had an unemployment rate of 3.6%, and that's pretty low. I'm sure it'll stay like that forever.
Were there any shortages?
Shortages? I mean, we're kind of in a modern global economy now, so it's kind of hard to have shortages of things. There was a shortage of avocados once. That was a thing. People gotta have their guac, but not a ton of shortages.
Invention/technology!
Tablets. Those became a thing in this decade. The iPhone wasn't released in this decade, but this is when it really like rose to prominence, you know? Self-driving cars, those aren't like a widespread thing yet. They probably will be soon, but it's getting there, you know? Electric cars are becoming more mainstream, you know? How did the inventions impact the American people? Well, the smartphone has changed essentially our entire culture and everything. So communication is way easier. Also, Netflix has changed the way people watch TV. So cable, if you have cable, what are you even doing, dude? But yeah, these inventions have changed the way we live completely. So that's it.
Were there any historical events?
Okay, let's go over some of the really historical events. Alright, let's see. Osama bin Laden, he got killed. Donald Trump, he got impeached. The hurricane, it was Sandy. Hurricane Sandy, that happened. Hurricane Sandy. The Boston Marathon, that got bombed. Boston bomber, that's 2010s. Lots more mass shootings. It started out with like kind of a jokey vibe. It's really gone off course. Lots of school shootings in the 2010s, especially in America. So that's a lot of things that happened.
How did these events shape the decade?
Well, everyone's kind of scared that they're gonna die whenever they go to school, so that's fun. There's more security to go to like concerts and stuff just because of all the mass shootings, you know?
What have been the long-term implications of the events from this decade?
Well, the decade has only been over for like 5 months, so I don't know if you can really say what the long-term effects are. I will say this didn't happen in America, but in a little place called Wuhan, China, some things went down in late 2019 that, you know, have a few effects. But you know what? That's Professor Jeff. Yay!